What is Buddhism? To understand Buddhism, you need to understand the Buddha. The Buddha isn't a person, but a title. The most famous Buddha is Siddhartha, who is the founder of modern day Buddhism. The origin: founded over 2,000 years ago in India by a man named Siddhartha Gupta, who was born a prince. A wise man came to his parents and told them that he would either be the greatest king or a wise teacher. To ensure he would be a great king, his father made it so he wouldn't see any suffering, including old age, sickness, and death. His life was filled with young, healthy people having fun. One day, Siddhartha snuck out, and for the first time he saw an old man, a sick man, and a corpse. And for the first time he learned of suffering and pain. Abandoning his life of luxury, leaving his wife and child, he went on to search for the cure to suffering. So he lived as an ascetic for 7 years, abandoning all worldly pleasures. One day he realized that neither extreme luxury like in the past or extreme poverty like he was right now were the way to end suffering. So he founded the middle way, or living in balance. Then he would sit under the Bodhi tree, the sacred Bodhi tree, and vowed not to get up until he reached enlightenment. He spent 49 days under the Bodhi tree, during which the god of death, Mara, tried tempting him, and eventually even offering him the position of king of gods, but he resisted. And after 49 days, he reached enlightenment and became the awakened one, or the Buddha. He would dedicate the rest of his life to teaching how to reach nirvana. The problem: in Buddhism, the core problem is suffering. The Buddha teaches we are trapped in the cycle of samsara, or the cycle of birth, redeath, rebirth, and redeath. The cycle is influenced by karma, or the law of moral causation. Through these lives, we suffer from three poisons: maya ajva, or ignorance, taha, or craving, and devsha, or hatred. To escape, we must reach nirvana, which is enlightenment and frees us from the cycle of samsara. The path to enlightenment. To reach nirvana, we need to acknowledge the three jewels and accept the Four Noble Truths. The three jewels are the Buddha, or the Awakened One, the Dharma, the teachings of the Awakened One, and the Sangha, or the Buddhist community. The Four Noble Truths are dukkha, the truth of suffering, which is to live is to suffer; samdaya, the truth of the cessation of suffering, which are our desires, which are kamatana, the sensual desires; bhavatana, the desire to continue to exist and have favorable reincarnations; and vahabhatana, the desire to cease to exist. The third is nuridra, or the truth of cessation of suffering, which is suffering is not permanent or unavoidable, and the key is to let go of craving. The fourth noble truth is marga, or the truth of the path to the cessation of suffering. This is also known as the Eightfold Paths, which are right understanding, to understand the Four Noble Truths; right intentions, to have proper intentions; right speech, to speak honestly and kindly; right action, to not harm or steal from others and avoid sexual misconduct and greed; right livelihood, to earn livelihood without bringing harm to others; right effort, to be positive and avoid negativity; right mindfulness, to be aware of one's body and mind and spirit; and right concentration, to develop a deep state of meditation. By doing this, one can obtain nirvana. Sects. In Buddhism, there are three main sects or vehicles to reach enlightenment. Tarivda, or the oldest way, which focuses on artha, or a worthy one, which is in 4 stages. The first stage is where you first start to attempt to reach nirvana. The second stage is where you're one life away from reaching nirvana. The last stage is a life before reaching nirvana. And then finally, the fourth stage is reaching nirvana. Mahayana, which has more diverse traditions and focuses on the bodhisattvas; and Vajrayanas, which has more esoteric teachings and rituals and is the path used by the Tibetan monks. What are bodhisattvas? Bodhisattvas are Buddhas who reach enlightenment but choose to stay behind and help others. They aren't typically believed in the oldest way. There are three types, which are king-like bodhisattvas, those who become bodhisattvas first and then help others; boatman-like bodhisattvas, who become Buddhas at the same time as everyone else; and shepherd-like bodhisattvas, who become Buddhas only after everyone else has reached nirvana. Conclusions. Buddhism is an interesting religion that takes reference from Hinduism but focuses more on personal liberation rather than worship to any gods. It can be argued that the mention of the divine was just a part of Siddhartha's parables to help teach people how to reach nirvana. Whether it is to be taken literal or metaphorical, Buddhism offers a simple, straightforward path to reach nirvana and peace.